3, 6, 9, 10, 11. 11 things that you need to know before you start selling products on Amazon. Every single day, fortunes are made and lost by new Amazon sellers. And every single thing on this board could be the difference, especially this one. This one's pretty good too.
I'm in the jungle. I'm in the Amazon. I'm in the jungle. I'm in the Amazon.
What's going on? JT Franco here, the no bullshit Amazon seller. If you want to learn how to sell on Amazon without the BS, without the hype, then you've come to the right place. So make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already to become an empire builder. And if you're already an empire builder, welcome back. Hopefully your empire is going strong. So these things that you need to know before you start selling on Amazon are going to be very crucial. These are kind of the prerequisites to Amazon success. All right, so let's cut right to it. First thing, boom. Business structure, okay? So you're gonna wanna set up your business structure before doing anything else. And if it's not to set up your business structure, at least figure it out. So when I'm talking about business structure, I mean, are you going to be a sole proprietor? Are you going to start an LLC, a corporation? If you're a Canadian, what kind of, or if you're not an American citizen, what kind of legal entity will you need to set up to do this properly? And are you even gonna set up a legal entity to begin with? Or are you just gonna start as a sole proprietor, save some money, and go that route, right? So those are the kind of things that you need to figure out. If you need more help with that, then I'll definitely link a video or a article for you in the description to kind of get more help and see the overall what the best course is for you. But basically an LLC, limited liability company, is going to limit the liability in case something goes wrong with the products that you're selling, right? So if, say, for example, you're selling a pen and someone chokes on it, they can't come after you personally, they can only come after your LLC, right? So it does a lot of things, and it's a lot cleaner if you're running a business to set up an LLC. But again, there's pros and cons to both, and it's something you just gotta figure out. So definitely figure that out first thing first before you start selling on Amazon, because the next thing you're gonna need to do is this: set up your seller account. Okay, so setting up your seller account, you're gonna need to have this figured out. So whether you are a sole proprietor or you decide to go with an LLC, you're gonna need to know that when you're setting up your seller account, because you're gonna need that information. So setting up your seller account, the one thing you need to figure out is, do you want to go with an individual account or do you want to go with a pro seller account? Now, I always suggest to just go with the pro seller account right away if you know that this is something you're gonna take seriously and you're looking to actually sell products on Amazon, because the individual account, it charges you $1 per item sold, okay? And then the pro seller account is $40 a month. So if you're planning to sell more than 40 items a month, which you definitely will be, and hopefully you're planning to do that, then you're gonna wanna get the pro seller account. And there's a lot of other things that the pro seller account does that the individual account doesn't do, where just to the point where it's like, if you actually wanna be a private label Amazon FBA seller, the pro seller account is just, it's a given. You kind of need to get it. That being said, when you're just starting out, maybe you're just getting the ball going, it's not a bad idea to start with an individual seller account because it's free. And then once you're actually ready to, place an order and get your inventory in, then you can upgrade to the pro seller account, right? So you can start an individual account just so you can get in there, get into Seller Central, which is kind of like, the hub as an Amazon seller, where you're gonna see, inventory, all your sales, everything. So you can get in there, you get familiarize yourself with it. And then once you're ready to actually start selling products, go ahead and upgrade your account. Another thing is, if you wanna go ahead and get that pro seller account right away and spend that 40 bucks, say you get it today and you don't sell any products for 3 months. You can just call Amazon and say, hey, I didn't sell any products for 3 months. Can I be reimbursed that $40 that I paid those 3 months? So they will send you a reimbursement for that money if you haven't sold any products yet, okay? So you need to recap business structure, figure out what you want to do, and then once you're done that, go ahead and set up your Seller Central account, okay? And so at this point, you're now basically already an Amazon seller. You got your account, you have an actual legal entity. Next thing you need to do is prepare the paperwork, all right? So this kind of maybe put this one first, because you're gonna need to prepare paperwork when you're setting up your seller account, okay? So once you decide to move forward with your seller account, there's certain items and documents that you're gonna need before you can get started. So some of the things you're gonna need are a national ID, so something like a passport or a driver's license, right? Your business name. You're gonna need to be able to prove your address, so a bank statement with your address on it. You're gonna need your tax ID, so whether that's your business's tax ID, or your personal tax ID or an EIN number, then you're gonna need that. And then you're also going to need a credit card, a legit credit card, because not like a debit card or anything like that. It's gonna need to be a credit card because Amazon's gonna need to charge you, of course, for your seller account. They're gonna need to charge you. You can use a credit card to pay for ads if you're gonna do that, and everything that Amazon's pulling money from, they're gonna take it through your credit card. Okay, so those are the things you're gonna need to get ready when you're setting up your seller account. So you got those 3 steps out of the way: you got your structure, seller account, prepared your paperwork, you know what you need. One more thing for preparing paperwork: make sure you check to see if the country that you live in is allowed to sell on Amazon, because of course that's important. Now, most of you are in the US and Canada and the UK, I know, but for those of you that are not, make sure you check if your country that you live in, you're able to sell on Amazon, all right? So number 4, next thing you're gonna need to do is, this is a tough one, all right guys, but read the Amazon TOS. Okay, now the reason I suggest this is because there's a lot of rules with Amazon, right? So if you're going to be using Amazon and utilizing it for your business, it's a smart move to understand the rules. Now, the TOS is really, really long and complicated and sometimes hard to understand, but at the very least, understand the basic rules. Go through Amazon's FAQ section, go through Amazon's, their seller university, and try to understand everything that there is and the rules and the regulations, the restricted products and things like that, so that when you jump into it, you're not blindsided by something where all of a sudden, boom, they take your account down, they suspend your listing because of something that was a rule that you just didn't know about because you didn't take the time to learn it, right? So don't rush through this process. If you're looking to do this long term, it's very important that you know the rules of the game, right? If you're gonna play any game in the world, the first thing you always do is learn the rules so you know that you're doing it right and that you're not breaking any of them, all right? Because Amazon is very strict on some things, and sometimes if you break a rule, it's way harder to come back from it than it would have been if you just read the rule, understood the rule, and followed it to begin with. So those are kind of the Amazon setup things that you need to do. So now moving on to number 5, you need to know your vision and know your why for why you're doing this, okay? So what is kind of like the end game? What is your goals, and where you can set a target and work backwards from that, okay? So what I mean by this is that when you're going in this business, it's very important to know why you started and what you want to get out of it. Because if you don't know what you want to get out of it, you'll never know when you've achieved or accomplished what you want, and when enough is enough, or when you need to push harder, and what your goal is, right? So for example, getting your business to make $2,000 a month, that's a goal for a lot of people, just to make a simple $2,000 a month profit that you can bank, that's a side income. It can, supplement a lot of your bills at home, or some people want to replace their entire income, right? Or some people want to get 6 figures, $500,000 a year, or $1 million a year. Right now, every single one of those goals, even though at the beginning phase, the startup is the same and kind of the process is the same to get there, once you hit a certain level, it becomes very, very different, right? It becomes very different once you hit $2,000 a month to try all of a sudden to hit 10,000, to try all of a sudden to hit 6 figures a month. The work that you need to do and the amount of time that you need to spend, the amount of the amount of effort and the dedication that needs to go into it is very different. So it's very important that at the very beginning you know what you want, so that when you get there, you can kind of then, okay, now you can reevaluate and reassess, because it's very easy to get caught up in the game, especially when you start succeeding and you just start going, and all of a sudden your real goal, your why, that was like to maybe free up more time, to get away from your job where you're working 40 hours a week so you can spend time with your family, you can spend time traveling or spend time doing whatever the heck you wanted to do. Now you've replaced that full-time job and you're working 50, 60 hours a week on your Amazon business, which goes against the reason you started the business in the first place, right? So it's very important, and it's also something that's gonna help you when you get demotivated, because honestly, no BS, right? Things can get rough. Not everything's gonna go your way, and there's gonna be roadblocks along the journey. So if you know your why and your reason, if it's a strong enough reason, it'll be able to help you push you through those barriers, push you through those roadblocks, so you can finally start hitting your stride and actually start finding success on Amazon. So next, number 6, once you figured out your vision, you figured out your why and your end game, the next thing you need to do is invest in your tools. So now we're actually getting into the process, and you're starting to actually look for products and become an Amazon seller and really start to get the ball rolling. After you first invested into your business or your seller account, you paid $40 if you decided to go pro, right? You paid $40. The next amount of money that you need to put out is for your tools. Now, your tools, what I mean by that is software. Software that's gonna help you move your business along faster. Now, for some reason, I have no idea why, some people are anti-software. They want to, or anti-paid software at least. They want to do everything free and cut corners and be as cheap as possible. But really, a good tool is the best thing that you can invest in, especially at the beginning beginning of the business. It's going to make everything faster. It's going to make everything easier. It's going to make it so that some of these steps are going to be more foolproof than if you're just to do it manually, right? This is leverage. Again, I always say this, give this example. If you had $10,000 buried in the ground and you have just your hands, and you try to dig it, right? That's going the free route. You can just dig this and dig and dig, and it may take you, it'll take you way more time. It's gonna take you 6 months maybe, and you're gonna have bloody hands, but eventually you'll get that $10,000. Or you could go out, buy a shovel for like $73, which is what's gonna cost you to get a tool called Viral Launch, right? And you can go ahead and use that shovel, dig that same hole. It's gonna save you 10 times the time. You're gonna save you 10 times the headache. You're not gonna have any bloody hands, and you're gonna get that $10,000, right? And that $10,000 is an Amazon FBA product, and that tool is a product research software like Viral Launch, okay? So get your tool, invest in your tool, because it's just gonna help your process and it's gonna help you find success faster. Again, Viral Launch is what I suggest. It is a tool that actually helps you find products, and there's a lot of softwares that I have for my Amazon business, right? Throughout every single process, every single step. But as a beginner, the only thing you really need to focus on is finding your first product. So this is the only thing that you actually need to get, all right? So go ahead, start and get that. And again, if you want a 50% off lifetime discount, link in the description. Of course, it's an affiliate link for myself, so I get a kickback, but you get a discount, all right? So the next thing that you're gonna do, get your money right, okay? So you're probably thinking, hey, I'm getting into Amazon so that I can get my money right, but you need to get your money right first. And what I mean by that is understand what it's gonna cost you, understand cash flow, understand reinvesting the profits, understand your profit margins, understand what kind of numbers that you need to make this work for you, so that you can be profitable and that you can actually sell products and make money and not just launch random products and lose money, okay? So the thing about getting your money right first is know your budget. So what's your budget? What are you willing to invest? All right, what are you willing to invest for a product? Now, you ask yourself that first so that you can then develop your criteria. So once you know what you have, what you're willing to invest, or how much you need to invest, like if you say you have a certain amount of money now, but you want to invest, say you have 1,000, you want to invest 3,000, you need to save up to get 3,000, then know that plan, know that timeline, and then once you have that $3,000, what are you gonna do with it? Right now, you can go and look for products within your budget that can work with you, that can make sense for you to launch. And now the next thing you know is when do you need to reorder, right? When do you need it? How much capital do you need to make the next order? And how long until you need to make that reorder, right? So you need to forecast your inventory, meaning how many units are you gonna sell a day? How many units are you gonna sell a month? And then how long does it take for your manufacturer to replenish your products into an Amazon warehouse, right? And then know that once you start selling products, it's gonna take 2 weeks for Amazon to start paying you out, right? So there's that cash flow issue of, okay, now you're selling products, but you still don't have money to reorder because Amazon's holding it for a little bit. So there's a lot of things that you need to plan out before you just, willy-nilly go out and purchase a product. So make sure you get your money right. Make sure you know the numbers before you go and attack anything, because nothing worse in the world than ordering products. And first of all, maybe you order too much and it takes forever to sell, or you order too little and they sell it really quick, and then you stock out and all the work you put in is lost because you just didn't figure out the numbers before you got started. All right, so the next thing you need to do, number 8, or need to know, is you need to start building your network. All right, so you got your tools, you understand the money that's gonna take and the money that you're willing to spend and invest. So now you need to start building your network. And what I mean by building your network is not your social network. I'm not talking about create a brand Instagram account and create a brand YouTube channel. What I'm talking about is start networking with other Amazon sellers, people in your same situation, right? Start knowing your peers and knowing the people that are doing this, because that's the best way to learn. That's the best way to immerse yourself in this business model and in this community, is by just going out there and networking. And how do you do that? It's really, honestly, the easiest part on this whole board. All you gotta do is join Facebook groups, okay? So we have a free Facebook group, Empire Builders Facebook group that you can join with Amazon sellers, that you can go ahead and ask questions, get your questions answered by myself even. I'll hop in that Facebook group and help people out. And then there's other Facebook groups, right? There's Reddit, there's blog posts, there's YouTube channels just like this one, right? Post stuff in the comments, get to know people, and start networking and learning from other people, and having a community that you can turn to when things don't go your way, or when you have a simple question, so that you can move the process along faster. Again, it's all about finding the best people, the best tools, and the best information so that you can actually start killing on Amazon and avoiding mistakes that other people have already made. It's not new stuff. All this stuff has been done before. People are succeeding with it. People have failed with it. So you can take that information, learn from them so that you can make this as smooth as possible for you, right? Because only fools learn from experience. It's much better to learn from other people's experiences, okay? So number 9, evaluate your time. So evaluate your time means get your time right, just like your money. So sit down and think about how much time can you actually put into Amazon FBA, right? How much are you willing to put into this new business venture? Do you have unlimited time? Do you only have an hour a day? Do you only have, a few hours a week? Whatever it is, you can make it work as long as you have that scheduled out and figured out. A lot of people will just say, hey, I'm gonna start Amazon FBA, and then they'll just randomly do it when they feel like it. Now, when you do something when you just feel like it, that's just a hobby, right? That's not creating a business. That's just doing something for fun. And you're not doing this for fun. You're doing this for money, right? Hopefully that's the end goal. So figure out your timing, figure out how much time you can and how much time you need to put into, and see if you need to create time, right? If you need to sacrifice something to create time for this business, then do it, right? Because that's what it's going to take, and that's what it's going to take. I'm sick of seeing people saying, hey, I can't make this work, and I only put in an hour a week. How come I'm not successful? Well, what do you think, right? Because you got to invest time in the beginning to make this work so that you can, free up more time in the future by creating this passive income business. Okay, so figure that out and know that. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes the answer is, I don't have enough time. I can't make it work. And that's okay too. But as long as you figure that out before you spend money, then you're good to go. It's okay to realize that. Maybe down the road, maybe, after school, after your job, after, your kid is so-and-so years old, then you can make it work. But at least figure that out before you invest money. And then you're like, holy shit, I don't have enough time. And now I don't have $5,000 because I invested in this product that I won't be able to sell, right? That's the worst case scenario. So don't do that. Sit down and figure that out first. The next thing, invest in yourself. All right, so investing in yourself is really the key to the whole thing. It's the key to success in any business. And what I mean by that is do things like what you're doing right now, watching videos, right? Watching content, taking in information, taking in, learning from all the resources that are available to you. Networking is investing in yourself, and get paid training, right? Getting paid training is another form of investing in yourself. Actually, probably the highest form of investing in yourself when it comes to online business. Now, paid training is a big taboo, I know, because it's like, oh, who can you trust? This guy's a scam. Why should I pay for training that I can learn for free? All this information is out there for free. Why are you charging me money to learn this process? And things like that, right? These people, these questions, these doubts, these fears. But really, if you break it down to just the simplest terms, there's package here. So you can go out and go for free, right? You can go found information for free, piece it all together, put the puzzle pieces together yourself. But again, it comes down to time, right? Evaluating your time. How much time do you have, right? What's more important? Is it time or money? So figure that out first, okay? If the answer is you have unlimited time, you have unlimited time in the world, you have no commitment, you have nothing, go ahead and try to do it for free. That's a great idea, honestly. But if you're saying, hey, I have a full-time job, I have this, I have that, then learning things for free and taking 4 months to learn something from Frankenstein, methods, piecing it all together versus a complete package that's proven to work. That's very important, that if you're going to invest in a program, you see something that has a good track record, that has people that have been successful, and it's proven to work. It's all here laid out for you. You don't have to do anything else but follow this program. It's a no-brainer, right? You have your goal. This is going to help you get to your goal faster. It's like if I told you you need to get from this side of the United States to this side of the United States, and then you can go ahead and walk, and it's free, or you can take a plane, pay a few $100 and take a plane, and you get there, 10 times faster. That's literally what it is to get paid program. So if investing in yourself makes sense, I do have a paid program, and link in the description, right? The Empire Academy. Again, proven track record, all put together for you so you know exactly what to do, and you get contact and access to me for direct mentorship, okay? So link in the description. It's enough said about that. If you don't want to invest in yourself, that's okay too. The next thing you need to do is understand the risk. So understanding the risk means to know that you're actually getting into a real business, okay? This is not some get rich quick. This is not some foolproof, 100% guaranteed winner's plan. It's something where this is a business. This is real life. You're dealing with real products. You're dealing with real people. You're dealing with real numbers and situations and scenarios, and things that might not always go your way, right? You're gonna run into roadblocks. It's just part of life. It's part of business, and you need to understand that, because I see a lot of people get into this and they're like, holy smokes, I didn't realize that I could actually lose this money if I did things wrong, right? Everyone on YouTube makes it seem so easy, so I just kind of pieced this together. I followed a few different steps, and I launched a product, and how come I'm not getting sales? How come I'm losing my investment? It's because you got to understand there's a risk, and there's things that you can go wrong, and there's a lot of steps that you can do wrong, right? There's a lot of things where people will just royally fuck up and cost themselves their investment on something where otherwise, if they did it the other way around, they would have made money on it, right? So that's why investing in yourself is so important, because there are real risks with this business and there's a possibility that you lose money. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to give you the no BS truth that it might not work out if you don't know exactly what you're doing, right? If you don't take the right steps, you might lose. So just understand that. And if you're okay with that, if you accept the risk, no risk, no reward, then go ahead and take this and attack this business model full force and make it your biatch and make it work for you and make that money to free up your time, to free up your life, to do whatever your why is and kill it, okay? Because this are the top 11 things that you need to know, that you need to do before you start your Amazon FBA business. And if you do every single one of them, I guarantee you, you will be on the right path to success, and you'll be on your path to building your very own empire, because again, you are an empire builder if you subscribe to this channel, which means you should never forget that your empire awaits. I'm JT Franco. Click this video right now to watch more content, or click the bottom one to go ahead and watch my free masterclass, limited time training.
I am made to be free.